Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of Jesse Heck Creative. In this time, before time, we shall review Tahu Master of Fire, Gali Master of Water, and Onua Master of Earth from BIONICLE. Let's get to it. So here's Tahu, Master of Fire, and all the things he comes with. Let's go over Tahu first. So, going over Tahu, he looks really, really nice. I added a lot of gold to him because he looks really good in gold. You know, the gold and red really meshes well together. So starting with his mask, it looks really great. It looks like a spinning image of his original Konohi Hao. It also comes in different variants, like red over here. Looks pretty good. I like the gold in his body better. And he also comes with a variant that is trans neon orange. And that's pretty cool. He came with a map and a little pack, so that's really nice. Going over Tahu himself, he's a very large figure, very towering, very imposing. He comes with some 4 shells up here that, you know, are shoulder pads over here. A 5 shell right here, another 4 in trans neon orange. That looks pretty good. These shells are really nice. His sort of like lava board piece right here, which I'll show in a minute, looks great. I added a little jet booster piece to it. This is actually a crystallized sort of armor that came with the G2, sort of like Year 2 Toa. I just added it to him. We'll go over that later on. We also have some more pieces for his body, torso armor on his legs that I gave these two. I also added some friction pins near his legs so they wouldn't get to, you know, he wouldn't fall that much. The only issue is his knees are a little bit, you know, sort of skimpy and they kind of flop around a bit. That's fine, I guess, you know. It holds his weight pretty well. You may have to, you know, just sort of fix him a tiny bit in order to get the right pose you want to get. This pattern on here is really cool. Looks really nice. That's all I got to say about it. There's a cool vent right here. We also have on his back 2 swords, as well as this armor piece right here, this 5 armor, as well as a gear. You guys just move the gear left and right, and his arms swing from left to right. It's that simple. It's pretty cool. Tahu looks really nice, pretty imposing. He has this blue eye stalk up here. Looks pretty nice and pretty good. You can also take these out of his hands and put these in his hands. Showing that off in a second. Getting a couple pieces in. There's a sword in one hand and a sword in the other hand. Showing off this new function that he has. You take this piece off the back and clip this together. And take this piece off the back also. Clip it together. Then you clip this piece in the front. And this piece in the back. So the little pin is facing the same way as the other pin. And is now a fully functioning lava board. You put his back foot on that. And maybe the middle or the front on that. And he's doing his thing. Yeah, I also put this backwards. Yeah, Tahu looks really great, sort of surfing. Yeah, he lava surfs. That's pretty neat. Yeah, put him in a little different pose, you know. He has a lot of great articulation as far as he goes. And as his knee slowly bends into oblivion, putting this lava board aside and putting these swords aside, let's look at the main figure's articulation and see how it goes. So his head goes down, hits his chest plate, goes up really far, has some tilt, very nice, can swivel from side to side. These can move in a variety of motions and functions. You know, they may pop off on you here and there. His arm, again, can swivel with the gear in the back, but also can move on its own and react as its own sort of piece, however you want to move it. The elbow goes around, the elbow goes up this far, down this far, goes side to side a little bit. The wrist goes up and down, goes forward and back, around a little bit. That's pretty good. No articulation on the body right over here. His legs swivel around. You go back really far, do the splits really well. This crashes into the armor over here. You also can go back this far, not really that great. Forward pretty far. I should probably fix that or something. There's no knee guard for that. Swivel around, goes down, goes up, and has some pivot and some swivel and 2 peg holes and 3 holes at the bottom of his feet, as well as 2 holes at the top. Overall, Tahu's a really nice set. He's really cool. I recommend picking him up if you so desire. As far as another function goes, his mask can come off. You can place any other mask you want on him. Here's this mask over here, and then this other mask over here. And for play function and battle function, you can also place his skull spider on him and just clamp it to his face, and he looks really creepy and pretty mean. So yeah, that's Tahu for you. He's a really nice set. He's great. I recommend picking up him up. He's a really cool figure to have for your Bionicle collection. Yep, go Tahu, baby. Tahu stands at about 8.5 inches tall. Here's Tahu next to Narmato, and they look good together, you know? The protectors should be around half the size of a Toa, or at least up to their waist, as it were. We also have these 3 masks on a stand, and I think they're pretty cool. I think the gold one's my favorite, but I'm leaning a little towards the, you know, trans neon orange one. That's pretty neat. We also have a skull spider here, and Jesse Heck Creative. This isn't what I had in mind when I said I wanted to go surfing with Tahu, but my heart will go on anyways. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So here's Master of Water Gali. She looks really great. So putting these aside over here, we have the figure, and she looks excellent. I love the azure blue in a couple spots here and there. She's mostly dominated by silver and gunmetal. So let's just go over her real quick and see how she ticks. Here we have Gali. She looks really nice. Gunmetal over here with a nice blue and a couple yellow pieces over here. We also have yellow gears in the back, which ties into yellow eye stalk as well. The mask over here comes with different variants, such as this one right over here in the azure color, which looks pretty good on her, but I prefer the gold, which is actually really nice. And so, yeah, that's mostly for her face right there. You know, she looks really great with these nice gold, sort of like, you know, Akota armor over here. She has some fins coming out of her side right there, which ties into the gunmetal over here and the gunmetal down there. That's really great. She has larger bone pieces for her legs down there and shorter bone pieces for her thighs over here. She has an azure piece right back here, tying it all together with that azure theme going on. The gold looks really great on her. She has the same setup as Tahu over here, going on with this kind of piece right there. And I like the trans light blue, you know, this armor plates and pieces right here. It makes her all tie together and fits in with the water theme very nicely. There's a lot of silver over here, which is pretty good. You know, maybe I'm thinking it could be, you know, gray, but we don't have dark gunmetal hands, so that's kind of a shame on that part. But she looks really nice, I think. This armor works out really well, especially the shoulder pauldrons give her a more imposing look. As far as the weaponry she comes with a staff right here that she holds, and it's pretty nice, but you can do better with that. Taking these pieces off over here, you can give her a club in one hand and a sword in the other, making her a formidable foe to fight against any villain that she comes across. As far as these go, remove this top piece to the bottom, and then put them together like so, like this, clumping it all together, making it look nice. And then you can put her feet on it, one foot here on this piece right there, and the other foot on this side right there, making her have these wonderful, beautiful little water fins, which actually works out really well. She can now go club the bad guys or, you know, sword them into oblivion and with style in the water. So that looks really, really great. Pretty cool. These are also those pieces I was talking about earlier with Tahu, as far as the, you know, G2, Year 2 pieces for armor. So yeah, there's that. Taking apart this should be pretty simple, although you may have to do a little bit of surgery here and there and take these pieces off and put them back into the sort of body of that staff. But once they're back on, just take that off, take one piece from the bottom and put it into the top, and then put these pieces back on here like so. So then you can make it one staff and have her be hands-free, you know, just in case she needs a hand, just to, you know, save a protector or fight off another skull spider that's at her. You know, she's pretty cool. Really great set, really nice staff. Let's check out the articulation with her. Taking the staff off once more, putting that to the side. As far as Gali goes, the articulation, moving her head, goes up this far, down this far, hits the chin against this thing. What are you going to do? You know, it's an issue with everybody. Move this down around over here. It might be a little bit tight because I haven't moved it in years, but it can move at 3 different articulation points. 1, 2, 3. You know, the arm can go, pushing this back a little bit, out and back and forward over here. You also can swivel, but only at one point, which is pretty cool. It's actually, stuck over here on this side. You can't swivel this one, but you can swivel this one to get that action with the staff going. Maybe have her club somebody. Moving this to the side, you can move it out, up, all the way around, however you want. The elbow goes up this far, down this far, swivels a little bit around, hindered a little bit by the junction point over here. Goes down and back not as far because of the Okota armor right over there. Down and up, but it's really nice articulation and the range is pretty good. Nothing at the body except for the gear. We also have going out and up and back and all the way around. It is a ball joint going out this far. Oh, wow. Broke apart a little bit. Pop, right back. Out, back, swivel. Down, up, and swivel. You can't really go in a pivot that much because of this piece right over here. And peg holes at the bottom and 2 little holes at the top. Overall, Gali's a really nice set. She looks really cool. Really great. So as far as more functions goes, she does have a little spider. You can take this off by pressing down on the eye stalk and putting the skull spider on, where it will, attack everybody and make life worse for the masters. That looks kind of scary, very creepy, very weird. The eyes kind of shine a little bit behind it, which is actually pretty cool. Overall, Gali is wonderful. She's a really nice, set. She looks great with the color scheme. There are a couple, articulation hindrances, but I look past that, seeing this set for what it really is. A really great set that involves a female character. So, yeah, Gali is tops in my book, and I believe I chose right when I got her. She's wonderful and great, and you should pick her up. Yep, there's Gali for you. Gali stands at about 8 1/4 inches tall. So here's Gali next to Kivoda, and they both look great together. The golds and azures really match and mesh really well. I think Kivoda looks a little bit better, actually, than Gali herself, but that's just my opinion. There's more azure to go around on Kivoda. We also have Gali's mask on a stand, a skull spider, and Jesse Heck Creative. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I thought your name was Gail. I've been writing birthday cards wrong for years now. No wonder Gali from accounting is mad at me. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So here's Onua, Master of Earth. He was one of the first Toa I ever got back in 2001, and now he's back in 2016 form. So taking his accessories aside, let's look at the Master himself, Onua, Master of Earth. Going by his face, he has a spitting image of the Pakari, which is his mask from 2001. We also have it in black right here, and also in gold right here. I prefer him in gold. It looks great. It actually accents really well with the new piece I added onto him. Specifically, these Okota armor pieces. They put right over here, and one here, and one here, and one here, and here. And that looks really nice. Really meshes well. The gold also carries over to his weapon, which I will go over in a little bit. Pointing that to the side. He also has purple on him as an accent. This is a piece from Speeda Demon from Hero Factory. I took that off of him and put it on this guy. Looks really nice and better than having stickers on him, which will fade away within time and probably quicker than it would a plastic piece. So that looks really nice to him and looks pretty cool. We also have purple accented here, 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 and here, along with the gold, which goes on the black. So that's pretty nice. It also extends over here. The gold black thing works out nice over here, as well as the purple ties in all together. We have some trans purple accents over here. They're just lovely. I love these parts right here. They're super nice. We also carry over here and there, as well as that's it. Yeah, just very few purple pieces on him. These should be purple. I'm not sure why. Going back to the figure itself, he also has these really cool pieces up here, these shoulder armor bits that tie into this silver right over here. And the rest is mostly gray or black. So yeah, that's Onua. He looks really great. Going over articulation, his head goes back and it goes forward down. The most far down I've ever seen any Toa coming, from this line thus far. You can pivot a little bit, swivel as much as you can. It also can go up from its position and go up and down as well. But it slots in nicely into this divot right here from this chest piece from the Hulk from years ago. Now repurposed for Onua really nicely. We also have this armor piece that can move up and down a little bit. This can move up and down and swivel all the way around. It is a very tight joint though. I did put it on that friction joint right here. So it has more stability and things like that. Another friction joint up here, very squeaky, you know, goes up and down and all the way around. Very good range on this. It's a little bit, you know, longer arms than what I'm used to with Toa. With Onua, you need that long arm range just because he has such a bulky chest over here. Pushing this down, it's fine. You know, nothing on the body over here except for the gear. You know, it moves both of his arms left and right, unlike Gali, but like Tahu. Goes up this far, back this far, out, can swivel. Goes back with the knee. Pretty okay. Not as good as Gali, but better than Tahu, I believe. Or at least better than Gali, I would think. Swivel all the way around. Goes down and up. Swivel. You know, all the way around. It's all the ball joints. I love the ball joints. And it has no holes at the bottom, but holes on the side if you want to use that at least for, you know, putting different parts in and stuff like that. So overall, Onua is one of my favorite Toa in this line. He just looks super cool. And he's really nice, but we're not done yet with him. We have some accessories to go over. So first of all, his hammer. You could place this piece on here and put his hammer on his back for storage. That works out pretty well. But if you want to have him use it in battle, take it off and you could have him put it in one hand right here for some more damage, or you could actually have him place it where he holds it with a little bit of a grip. Take that off in half, put that right there, and put that piece right over here, and then swing his arm for some major hammer damage. Keep in mind that these are on like this is on a big sort of friction joint with, you know, some extra friction for the arms. You know, this kind of like piece that holds it in place and clamps it. So there's that, which allows it the ability to, you know, hold the hammer aloft and not get stuck, or at least not fall. So that's great by that standard, but we're not done yet either. Taking this piece off and unclipping it, as well as moving this piece out and flipping it, gives you the ability for him to have a hammer and a shield. And that's really cool. I'm just going to make this up myself, but yeah, he's ready for battle, baby. Onua's ready for battle. You also might want to take this piece and just flip it over so you have that little sort of butt of the hammer. But we're not done yet. There's one more thing which really puts this guy up and over the other sets. It ties back to his original kind of, you know, like play function. If you'll stand up, please, good sir. Thank you. Taking this piece and flipping it around, I believe, because that's what I did last time, I guess. Then you can put this in one hand right here, and this in one hand right here. And now he has a nifty set of claws that you can, you know, have him dig through anything. So yeah, Onua is incredibly multifaceted. He has a lot of ways for weapon storage as well as weapon usage. It's overall just wonderful. I really like this guy a lot. He's incredibly cool and definitely worth the pickup if you can find him wherever he may be. These sets have been out of print for like years now, and it just kind of, and it's sad that future generations will not get to experience Bionicle like I have, and just have it be sort of a dust in the wind kind of, you know, toy theme. And that's just a shame. It really bothers me a lot. Putting these together, it's pretty easy. Just snap those together, and then put this right over here. And yeah, there's your hammer piece, I would guess, for him. You know, flip that around too, and you get a nice hammer for him to use, or, you know, just put in storage. That's fine by me. Whatever you want to do with him. He also has one more function, and you guessed it, the mask. It comes off the easiest of the, you know, Toa, but you can also put the skull spider on him. Just gonna undo those legs, place them on, clamp, and head down, fangs out, and there you go. He looks the creepiest out of the bunch, I think, partially because it looks like the skull spider is like radioactive or something. So yeah, that's kind of freaky and really weird. So taking this apart and putting his mask back on, yeah, Onua's the best. Just pick him up if you see him on the aftermarket. He's great and wonderful in every aspect. My first Toa I ever got, and also one of the greatest. It's not a shocker to me, and I don't think it's a shocker to you, that nostalgia has a powerful grip over this line. So yeah, Bionicle's really cool in 2016 and 2015. It was nice. Onua stands at about 8 inches tall to the top of his head. Here's Onua next to his masks on a stand, and Korgot, who I think needs a little more purple in order to look better, but those little spikes will do, I guess, for now. Korgot relies more on the trans-purple rather than the sort of purple armor, and so it's a nice contrast to see them both together. The golds really strike on these figures, though, as they're the brightest part. We also have a Skull Spider and Jesse Heck Creative, who has an adequate amount of purple, I would think. Hey man, I dig, you dig? Yeah, we all dig. Overall, a really nice group of characters. I picked the 3 of them initially just because I'm like, I'm not going to buy the entire line. I'm just going to cherry pick the ones I like. And so far, these have been amazing picks, as we'll see later on in the Bionicle reviews. I really like all these figures and how they're reimagined characters from the past, and I'm just super happy to get these in my collection. Tahu is a nice set, but I think his set is pretty basic as far as the Toa go, at least. He doesn't really have too many innovative techniques. He's just, you know, bones on bones and then armor on bones, and that's kind of it. The only innovation I can think of is the swords on his back, which is pretty nice, but he doesn't really have all that much to really, you know, make him oomph. Even his function of having his lava board, you know, split in half comes from a different set in Bionicle 2004, Toa Licon and Kikanalo. It's a nice gesture and nice thing to do, but it's kind of like not necessary. Adding the pieces I did on him make him look, I think, a little better in my eyes, but for me, he's kind of the bottom of the 3 here, which is kind of a shame. His, you know, lava board is a cool function. It just doesn't really make up for the rest of him, which, whatever. Gali is a really nice set, actually. She has a lot of good pieces, a lot of good colors, and it all flows well together, just like water. It's actually really neat to see this character come back as well, because she has a lot of unique pieces that, you know, could be used in different things. I love the gunmetal. I love the silver. It's really nice. The gold stands out pretty well, too, and the azure is just amazing. It's a really great color that we need to see more in Bionicle and LEGO in general. Her weapon is really neat. I like how I made this different function with the club and the swords, and that water wing foot thing is pretty cool. That's not part of my thing, it's part of the set itself, but it all like homogenizes well together, and she looks great as a set. For me, she's number 2. But number 1 for me is just Onua. He's just a really nice set. He has a lot of good purple on him. You know my love for purple. He just has a lot of good colorations to him. He was one of my first Toa I ever got in the entire Bionicle line. And I'm just super happy. He has a great hammer that can turn into a shield and a club, as well as 2 digging utensils, and it can store in his back. So yeah, Onua is the most versatile Toa, I think, here. The purple looks great, the trans-purple looks awesome, the black accents are all well, the silver shoulder pads are a really neat touch, and it's pretty cool how this guy just works. It is just super creative and super clever, and I think, while they didn't knock it out of the park, they sure made an impression, I would think. They at least have a second year for Bionicle 2015. The masks are a really great touch too. I like how we get gold and we get regular masks for each character. I put gold on them just because of the gold accented armor, which looks really nice too. That trans orange mask looks great too. It's part of a mask pack that came with a map of Okoto and a great poster, so that's neat. The skull spiders are gravy because, you get them with other sets. But it's just super nice to see these 3 Toa back in action, and I can't wait for more coming soon on Jesse Heck Creative. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned!